text messages. Kofi in London has something to say for John Benjamin. I'll read that to you shortly. But we have very limited time. So we'll quickly look at we'll go to the problems coming as a result of the nominations made by the president. And I like to emphasize nominations, not appointments. Kofi in London says, I'm sorry, but John Benjamin has crossed the line so many times that I think it's undiplomatic and have even spoken publicly to something that is meant to be a private matter or diplomatic matter. No one else but the commission leaked it. Then Akum Viaka says, do we expect Parliament to come out with anything meaningful on this issue? The alleged bribery of the appointment vetting committee is still fresh on our minds. Michael Amening in the UK says that though this allegation of visa fraud being leveled against the 4 MPs by John Benjamin is very unfortunate and regrettable, as it has dented the image of our legislature, and there is the need for the Speaker of Parliament to institute a committee to investigate this issue critically so that those who are wrongfully accused will be cleared, considering the fact that Honorable George Boachi didn't travel to the UK on his diplomatic passport. Okay, that was a whole lot without a single comma, no punctuation. Kofi Esiedu says that, is it Kofi Seidu or Kofi Esiedu? Kofi Seidu says that, I find the posture of the majority leader quite problematic, assuming without admitting that the UK High Commissioner leaked the information to the press. What crime has he committed by doing that? I can sense from Osei Che Mensah-Bonsu that he was trying in his bid to prevent the issue from coming into the public domain. What is the logic for saying that he won't follow the case again? Cecil Kwabena says, seriously, listening to the SEPS boss, there is something fishy that has to be unraveled. Independent investigations have to be done swiftly to clear all doubts, or else Ghana's image will continue to be in the bad light as far as drug-related issues are concerned. Thank you. Now,
Samson,
yes.
Does the president appoint or nominate ministers?
Okay, he's appointed, right? But they have to be confirmed.
Does he appoint or nominate? Because I don't know whether Article 243 has been amended.
Okay.
But Article 243 reads,
it's about
there shall be a district chief executive for every district who shall be appointed by the president with the prior approval of not less than 2/3 majority of members.
Thank you.
Of the
Thank you. But I'm using what I said in the sense that what the president does is not the final act.
The same thing applies to ministerial.
What the president does is not conclusive of whether that person will be your DCE or not. Whether the person will be your DCE or not depends on the assembly members. But you are right. The president appoints. Thank you. So, what do you make of what is going on, Doc? There's vandalism going on. There's burning of offices. What's that?
I think the political system is designed in such a way that it can accommodate grievances and deal with it in a more legal, professional manner. I understand that most of these cases has to do with either area or chieftaincy, somebody exercising control. So people think that the DC must come from this particular village or this particular part. What I think we should do is that once the president makes an appointment and you don't like that person, there should be a constitutional legal way of expressing your grievances rather than resorting to this vandalism. And I think we must condemn it in no uncertain terms. I do believe that there are proper ways people can express their dissent rather than what is going on.
I see. Goku?
Well, I'm told there were 200 and something.
212.
Yes, and we are having problems in about 6 or 7 areas. I'm not for a moment underestimating whatever the challenges are. Once some agitation is going on, especially when it turns violence, and then there are attacks on party or state properties. It's criminal. So the police will have to deal with it. In terms of intelligence gathering, I'm sure the police knew, not just police, the security knew that something was going to come. You know, but fortunately, 7 out of 200 and something is no big deal for me. And it's not new. It's been happening over the years, you know. And people think that the cure is this election thing. I am against that. I think it's not the cure. We may have more problems there. Yes, and if we want to do elections, then we must also change the architecture. Why should we have non-party based elections for the assembly, but have elections, competitive elections for DCs? I don't know whether you see a problem. There will be a contradiction. Because if we are going to elect DCs, MCs, and the rest on competitive basis, it means you can't stop parties from doing so as parties. But assembly itself is still going to remain on basis of no parties. We've got to synchronize. So watch it. And who tells you that if you are going to hold competitive elections for DCs, there will be nothing like violence or agitations? We've got to be very careful.
Interesting.
So
yes,
we have a problem there.
Yeah, Victor.
I agree with Kweku.
It does appear that this time, though, it was strategic. They brought the names out en masse, 212, one go. So it sort of minimized the trouble.
Yeah, but it will always happen with every party because their interests, you know, as he said, religious. Their interest is who is our relation, community. I think, you know, within the political institutions or parties, some it's done on rotational basis. That if it comes from one side of the traditional area, the next one goes to the other traditional area. There are issues, but I believe that they will have to manage this. It should not be seen that, yes, that is the all in the end. They will have to go. If you look at Aswansi, what even happened at Aswansi, some have been rejected already. And I just hope that the parties should be able to accommodate and listen to them so that we don't see more of the nominees being rejected. Because if more of them are rejected, it doesn't augur well for the party. And I think we should learn from this.
All right, just a minute. Let's allow Mr. Markin to say something about it.
And the lobbying. That's what happened. The lobbying.
Your people are also.
We are as party men. There's always an expectation. Nobody can take that away from a member of a party. That when your party comes to power, you want to also be seen to have been honored. But let's all be measured. There's time for everything. People can tell you all manner of experiences they've gone through. And I remember the acting general secretary was rejected when he wanted to be a national organizer. And it fell on his laps. Then the next opportunity, people can tell you, you know, the president himself had to go 3 times. So I would urge party members that they should remain calm. We've had extensive consultation in this matter. Your day will come. Samson, I hope that my limited competence so far has merited another invitation.
Again, this man doesn't give up.
Samson,
today you are not here for the first time.
I hope that my competence so far today has merited another invitation on this triangular table.
The lobbying has moved from Flagstaff House to this place.
And you know that the DCE things, there's suspicion. Some of those who didn't get it, they are the ones behind it, fighting it and all of that. A good example, a good friend of mine, Seta Santiwiafe, who was in the running for Equapim South. When he didn't get it, what he did, and it's in the Daily Independent newspaper also, came out and congratulated the one who was voted for.
We never to it happen.
Who was chosen. So you have all his supporters going to support that man as well. I think that's the way we ought to go. I'm Samson Ladia Yenini. My uniform or my shirt, as always, is provided by Latida. My guests have been Kweku Bako, editor-in-chief of the New Crusading Guide newspaper. Dr. Ali Duseidu, he's with the Political Science Department, University of Ghana. Victor Kojoga Adawudu is a lawyer and is with the NDC's legal committee. Afeyo Marking Alex, he is MP Efutu and also on the Public Accounts Committee and a couple others. Have a good afternoon. He is a competent representation.